Let's talk about repetition in design. Now, repetition means that you are going to repeat same styles, same similar shapes and same colors, or you can say similar widths, similar heights in your design again and again. And it is going to get you closer to the symmetrical and balanced design. Also, repetition is going to make more sense because, for example, if you are designing a landing page and you have a button, sign up button, which is green, and whenever you try to use that similar green button, the user is going to think that this is a button, this is an interactive element, I need to click on it or I need to tap on it. So repetition in your design is going to communicate to the user that your design is consistent. So consistency is going to come with the repetition. So you can repeat different shapes. For example, if you are using ellipse shapes for your avatar images, you are going to use the same ellipse shapes all over your design. Similarly, your sections, for example, the heights and width of your elements, you can repeat them. You can repeat different colors. You are going to fix different colors. For example, if my website is an e-commerce website and I have a orange button for add to cart, I need to use that just on add to cart, not for the error messages or some other things. Okay, so keep that in mind. Repetition in design can be in many ways: styles, shapes and colors, and sections, lines, you can repeat them. Now the problem is if you try to repeat the same thing again and again and it is very similar to the same thing. For example, two sections of your website, they are very similar in style and everything. It is going to create a loss of interest. So your design will start looking boring. So there is one technique I'm going to give you is variation, but you are going to repeat that with a little bit of variation. So use repetition, but with some variation. For example, when you see me in my typography course, I used a reverse color scheme for some of the text. So it is called repeat colors or space, but in reverse. So for example, if I'm using this on the left side, you can see ILU or I love you. It is written in red, and you can see on the right side, I try to create some interest. I'm using the same colors, same shapes, everything, but I try to create some more interest, and I highlighted this L section for love. And this is how you can create different variations, but limiting yourself to the same repetition or same repetition of space, color, and different sections. Now, one important thing is that repetition should not be just with your colors or the shapes, but also with the width and the heights, and also the spacing between elements. For example, your each section of your website or your each logo has some space above and below. You need to keep that consistent across all your design. For example, if you have designed a website that is going to be on the mobile, that is going to be used on tablets or iPhones or iPads, you need to think that this much space must be around it, or this percentage of space must be around it to make it look prominent or make it look great. So you need to use different sections. You can use those sections with using colors, or you can use some heights and width, fixed heights and width, or maybe some ratios that this image is going to be in this ratio, this size, and you can use that in your different sections. So this kind of repetition is going to be found in a lot of sections. For example, pages, websites, web pages, there are different sections. So each section will have some repetition of different space, different headings, different heading colors. So they are going to repeat. So in the first section, for example, if the heading color is black, maybe in the next section, the heading color is white, but still the size of the heading is same. So you are using the size repetition. Similarly, for example, if in your first section, your header, you have left some margin, top margin or top padding, for example, 200 pixels, you are going to leave the same in the next section. Now, I have seen this in a lot of beginner designers, that this is a very big problem. I have seen a lot of times that the novice designers or the beginner designers, they don't treat white space as a content block. So whenever you see some white space or empty space, Don't think that this is not a block of your design element. This is also a block. So you are going to repeat that design block white space, and you are going to use this repetition in your design, and you are going to use the white space repetition to create vertical rhythm and horizontal spacing and vertical spacing. So what is vertical rhythm is how your elements are going to space out in vertical direction from each other. I have talked a lot about this vertical rhythm in my typography course. So if you are interested in using how to use typography and how to make your design interesting and layout stuff, you can have a look at my typography course. Now I'm going to switch to a lot of examples. So we are going to see a lot of examples. I'm going to explain how I have used white space and how we have used repetition in our designs. So this all makes sense to you. So let's move on to the next lesson.